What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat, and this is a look at all of the month-long Prizewalls and Armory loot. All of it in one shot. What do I think is a good value? What should you be looking up for? And should you be saving for the big hit or go all in on RNG? So, let's take a look. We've got, as always, a Tier 6 Fury 3 metal bundle. It's fine, it's good, it's one each. They are the highest tier with the gold on them. I would not value that very highly because we are getting a lot more Tier 6 as we go. So, let's talk about these three. This is where I honestly am stuck. This and this are on the Armory loot. I'll show you in just a moment. And they are very good. Each one of them basically gives you +4 all MP unless you have another gear, and then it does something special even beyond that, like 200% power and 200% all gem. But for me, I've got both these guys. I have 0 gears. Both of these would be +4 MP, which eliminates the need for a trainer, allows him to do green, black, black again if you want to do that. I am honestly considering saving up for these. Lex, there's his silver and his gold gear. They're in 2 different places this month. This one is right here for the gold gear. The price is a lot more reasonable, as you can see, 600,000 versus 179.999999999,000. Only gives you +2 MP. So not as big a deal, but then 200% all gem damage. Very similar to Molly and Goldberg 6 months ago, 4 months ago, whenever it was that we got Molly and Goldberg. And both of them were good. Not great, but very good. These guys are great. This is good. But for the price, it might be worth saving up for. So my initial target is to think about these 3 things here. There are plates. You could use as many Punk's gauntlets as you could absolutely get because it just works on everybody who does color turn gems. This one's fine. I still don't have one. I still don't feel like I'm missing one, but it is what it is. If you don't have Tatanka, he's fun, and that is a very reasonable price. If you don't have Gunther, he is horrid, and his coaching ability has actually been superseded now by Lex, so I don't recommend him at all. Mae Young was free and should continue to be free multiple times throughout various events, so I wouldn't necessarily go for her, but she's good. She's a good A-tier character. Sheamus is still good. The Imperium moment is really needed, and he's a feud kind of guy, but good. I don't know if I would spend 100K, especially when you could save up a little bit more and get the new Lex gear. But if you're missing any of them, Hall Tour. Then you've got shards. This right here is a lot when you could get this instead. But if you're 500 shards short of the chosen one, that is a way to get 500 shards of him. Much more reasonably priced is Naya, 177 for 500. If you're within 500 of Naya, she is extremely good. She is the striker female I use the absolute most on my roster, and I have every female except Jacqueline, technically, and Lita, or what's her name? Becky. Except for the new Becky, but I'll have the new Becky in a couple weeks. Don't know that I'll have Jacqueline in a couple weeks. So every female in the game I have on my roster, and every striker female, including Zombie Bailey, and this is my go-to female. She's very, very good. If you don't have JBL Hall of Fame, he is a very top-tier trickster, and then similar with Penta. But as you can see by the shard costs, you're talking about spending a whole month focusing only on getting these. If that gets you one of the 4 of these, I would say it's worth it. Personally, I would choose the gear right here over these if you have one of those 2 characters, either Ron or JBL Hall of Fame. But this is a good option. This right here is fine. It's a random class, random era, but it is 150% gem damage, which is nice. It's guaranteed, and it's not a terrible price overall. This one is a modern era strap, 100% to 150, new gen strap, 1 to 150, attitude, legends, and so on. This is an ultimate ruthless aggression strap, and so on and so forth. So PG era, reality area. If you're missing one of these, you basically just have to worry about the 1 in 6 chance that you get the color that you need. But that's about it. So that's the first stuff on the Armory loot. The limited time kickoff Prizewall. This is only until Friday, so you got to work hard to get it if you can get it by then. The ministry business is, it works on everybody who does multiply gems. Whenever you make 6 multiply gems, increase all your gem damage by 100% for 1 turn. This would allow me to take the Piper Power Plate off of a couple people who don't actually benefit from the 500% to yellow, but I am putting them on there just to get the 100%. But overall, it's not a huge buff. I mean, yes, it's multi-gems, and multi-gems are always awesome, but, we tried it on a few different people when it came out, and I would say it's an okay, but not game-changing plate. It's definitely good, not game-changing. The Bloodsucker, if you don't have this for Tiffy, is amazing. It's a trap. There's several people who use that. Don't use it on Ozzy. We have a video about that. Blasting Off again, I would use the Titan most places instead. The Chemical X works on a lot of people. Dirty Dom, this plate is amazing on him. CM Punk Zombie, this plate's amazing on him. New CM Punk, this plate's amazing on him. Starcrossed works on the new Becky. So I am actually trying to go for this. If I can get ministry business, I'll consider skipping this. But right now, this is my go-to if I can get to 7,900 this week. Death Row, not as important. Abby the Witch is probably your favorite, my favorite one for that. Maybe Uncle Howdy, Triple Purple, or something like that. Total Silence, I really haven't seen anybody who, not that benefits. Like, there's people who benefit from it, but it's definitely not the go-to on most people. Same with Botch Slapped. It works on a few people. I do see that there's some Botch gems involved this month, so perhaps it will become a more important plate. Who knows? And if nothing else, Kamala can use that. Then once again, you have an even more reasonably priced 400 shards of Drew, which is incredible. If you could get this and the Armory set, that might be a guaranteed unlock for some people, and Drew is well worth it. He is very good. Michelle McCool, if you didn't get her, there's your 300 shards. If you didn't get Austin, this is another thing I'm heavily looking at. The more, I need like 1,000 shards of her, so it's not going to get me her, but it would get me much closer to her. And anything I can do to get her and not have to use Purple Trish, the Cowboy Trish, ever again, I would be very happy with. These are not worth it. They're in other places. This is fine, and this is fine. This one I would want just for Vader, like the Showboat Vader, to make him even better. This one does have a few people that I would actually benefit from having, but I think Undertaker Ministry of Darkness is in this one. I could be wrong. We'll have to look at it. But pricing-wise, I would absolutely prioritize shards of these characters if you don't have them. This plate right here, these two plates right here, the Chemical X and Starcrossed, Bloodsucker if you're going for a Tiffy, and then Ministry Business as an extra possible right there. Then you've got the month-long regular prize. Well, I do not have the bonus prize. As you can see from the scores and stuff on here, actually, this isn't my account anymore. Actually, I should put back up the little disclaimer. There we go. Because I'm not on my account. I'm on my CC account. So even on my own account, I haven't really gotten much of anything yet on these. But the month-long prize wall, I may get the $100 pack here in the next day or two. I just been super busy. Ultimate Random High Gem Strap. It is 100 to 150% random era. This one is a move damage strap, random era. This one is gem damage 40%. These I say avoid. They're cheaper, so that's fine if you just need to try them. But it's almost always 40 or 60% for me. Tatanka, same comments as I've had before. If you don't have Super Stacy, she is good, not great. She is a guaranteed turn 3 win with a sub and a freeze move. She will hit for 90 plus million at 6-star gold, but it's 3 turns. It's very slow. Still, she gets the job done. Gunther's terrible. You don't need him. Sheamus is okay. The boss plate is fine. All Heart, Mysterious Mask. Let me not lump those together. All Heart is great, but you probably have a few of them. Mysterious Mask is absolutely horrible. There's 2 characters in the entire game that benefit from it, and 1 more that can use it, but it's still terrible on him. And all of them are outdated. Yeah. Heroes Titan. If you don't have a Titan plate, Titan plates are amazing. You should have all of them. Sheamus Crown, great. That sucks. That one's not useful on anybody. This one's good. Great, but you've got a bunch of them. Great, but you've got a bunch of them. Good, you were given that a couple times. That's fine. That one's terrible. And then you have Econ. That's a good one. And then the ability to get the combo packs and keys. If you haven't already gotten these for your faction, get as many keys as you can. Just be aware, if you spend this early on the keys, you don't have anything for these. Yes, I wasn't trying to rhyme. Lastly, you've got the ultimate prize wall here, and I'm going to make a controversial statement here in just a second, but this, people are not having great luck, except for like that one guy who magically pulled CM Punk out of this. But for the most part, these are going to be dupes and 6-star fuses for old characters. It is very rare that I see anybody get somebody super good out of this. However, if you want to try your luck, there you go. These should also be in the Armory loot contest. And yeah, Seal the Acolyte used to be super rare. It's a fine plate for your sub people. I don't know if I would use every one of my tokens on that. Bronson is okay, but not great. Pat is a great coach, and Veer is a great trainer. That's really about it. If you're missing one of these guys, I say go for it. But here is my controversial statement. I think this is the most important thing you could go for. The prize wall is good, and there are some things on there that are great. I personally am saving for these. Notice you can only do 3 of them. So you probably will end up wanting to do 1 Becky and get her as early as you can, and 3 of these. Or, better yet, wait until the end, and if you're close on Grande but you're not sure you're going to get him, get some Chad Gable shards right there. Otherwise, it's fine. This is fine. That's good for what you get for it, and that's about it. All right, moving right along to the Hall of Fame pack. Thank you. Right along to the loots. Kickoff loot, I was actually going to go over that, but just so you're aware, you do get a free claim on the UCC, and you could magically get a 6-star gold Lex, Kamala, or Chosen One. However, your results may vary because more than likely you are going to end up with that. That's what I keep getting. Maybe even that, which is worse. He's not good. This, which is revamped, and we're going to get to that. However, there are Jackie shards in here, Stone Cold shards. So, CM Punk shards, Hard Times, Regal, Condo Man. There's all sorts. Condo Man. Cena. There's all sorts. So, your results may vary. If you get a lucky pull where you get the mega pull from the bag, great. This is what we're coming here for, though. Is it worth doing the Armory loots, RNG style, versus saving all month for a guaranteed gear? If I save all month, I should be able to get Ron Simmons' gear. If you save all month, you could get anywhere from Lex's gear to Ron Simmons' gear. Is it worth it? So there are characters like Abby the Witch in here. There's Jacob Fatu, Sherry. There's Ron Simmons Hall of Fame, Vader Hall of Fame, Hard Times Dusty, and this guy. If you don't have him, you need him for his trainer ability. But what I really like more is the moments. I wish they'd actually get rid of the characters entirely and just do moments. For me, I didn't get this last month, and so this is your cautionary tale. Last month, I decided to do RNG instead of going for a guarantee on this right here. I got nothing worthwhile doing RNG. That said, I kind of want to do RNG again. Like, it was terrible. I hated it. but I got to do the pulls instead of just going, yay, I claimed one thing, and that was my whole month. Now, I did go the whole month during Austin's month and just claim his nurse gear, and I was very happy with that. But I was very bored. It was just a very boring choice. It was the safe, boring choice. This, however, is in here. I could have gotten it on the safe, boring choice path. Instead, I went the RNG path and gambled on the loot and lost. But I still, it's going to be up to you. Go for the guarantee, safe, boring, or go all in on RNG and either hit big or cry hard. One of the two. But that's great if you don't have these. These are fantastic. There's the story finished moment token, so there is a chance you'd get this one here instead of doing it off of the the first week prize wall. I'm still missing the Tiffy time moment. I don't have that one. The Wyatt 6 one shows up somewhat frequently. There's the Vader moment again. This one seems to show up somewhat frequently. And surprisingly, these are all starting to get a lot more common. Surprisingly, this one is the one I hit the most. It's weird. Like, that's one of the best moments in here, and I hit it the most. So 5 gets you 1 guaranteed featured, but you do end up with a lot of duplicate superstars. So unless you're really into those, my preference is still the gear. Now, big time Bex, back in business Bex, that gear is not guaranteed, but if you got Piper's gear last month in the Armory loot, you'll probably get Becky's gear. So if you're high level player, if you spend, if you grind, you should be able to get that. But for those who don't, it is in here in RNG. I almost never see people hit these ones, but they are possible. Personally, I still need Penta's gear. I still need her gear, Punk's gear, and I'm missing one of the Grayson Wallers, but here is where it gets interesting. They've added, or at least if they were there before I didn't notice it, they've added JBL. That's interesting. And Farouk. So JBL and Farouk. Plus, I did get this one. Actually, I did. This was where I gambled. This was the one thing I gambled on and got was the Power Couple Tiffany gear. But these are in here. So I may not get them at all. I could go for the guaranteed version of this, or I could test my luck and see if I can get, that. So that's the featured pool. Those ones you're most likely, I get this a lot on the featured pool. Hall of Fame Goldberg. I get this a lot. And this is my most common. I get him all the freaking time when I do these pulls. So I would expect to get that if I were you. In the comment section, this is Striker Austin. His gear is very good. Missing one of those. That's horrible. That's great, actually. That was $20. So, if you didn't pay for it, now you can get it that way. That one's good. Yeah. I'm still missing that. Still missing. Nope, I've got those. Those are pretty common. Those are common. These you get a lot of. These you get a lot of. I get him all the freaking time. I get him all the time. Him all the time. Him all the time. I get a lot of those guys. And that's about it. So, yeah, you're going to get a lot of duplicate gear. However, my argument for the Armory loot when it comes to gear, you get 15 for 30K. Versus if you go to the titles, I don't even really think about much. If you go to the moments, you get 5 for 25. So you get a lot more for your bang for your buck. And the gear in particular, if you do already have it, it turns into gear hangers, which are actually usable now. Lastly is the titles loot. I don't use this one much. You could theoretically get Pentas or the Punk or the Yeet. Everybody needs 75 Yeets on their account. It's just not even funny. This is in here, which is crazy to me. This is in here. This is in here, and this is in here. So there are some really good plates, but look at your percentage chance. 5%. You get 15 on a 30 pull, so still better. You might get a decent plate. All the barber plates are in there. The Dom plate, that's a great plate. Those are good plates. That's a good plate. What you more likely get is something like this, where it's just one ultimate strap and it turns into nothing. You get some tier 6 medals, but more commonly you get this. These are the most common things you're going to get. So if you gamble on them, you might win big. I mean, again, man, if I got a green Piper plate out of this, or the Rainbow Reinforce, or, I mean, heck, even an original Piper plate, I would be I would be jumping for joy. So for me, I think RNG is for me still. I know it disappointed me hardcore last month, but if I don't get Lex's gear, I'm okay. If I don't get JBL or Farouk's Hall of Fame gear, I've done this well without it, but these do intrigue me, some of the things that are in there. And when you do hit, it is pretty exciting. Last thing is the keys briefcase. I did get Umaga out of the keys last month, so you never know. Technically, you could get a 5-star gold Lex, Queen Naya, and JBL out of this. So there's some really good stuff in here. Oh, and Carmelo. But you're probably, if you've ever done, yeah, I got this. I got this guy right here out of the key pulls. It was insane. But most of the time, you're going to get like 20 shards of Pop Style or Garbage Becky or Omos. This guy, you're gonna get this is what you're gonna get from keys, and he is not good. He is absolutely not good. So that's it for this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like the video, subscribe to Champions Chat, and then send this to your friend or faction mate who's going, hey, I want to plan out or even be spontaneous with what I'm doing with my loots and my Armory coins and all that this month. This is what I think you could do with them, what maybe I think you should do with them, and what I'm going to do with them is go for these and as many shards of Jacqueline as I can possibly get. That's it for this one. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one, friends. Wrong button. Bye.